All the spotlight right now in Uttar Pradesh is Rai Bareli, Amethi, both constituencies going into polls this fifth phase. In fact, Pooja Shali, my colleague, is right at the epicenter, bringing us all the action from ground. Pooja and Rai Bareli, please take us through a lot that's happening right there.
Thank you so much, Nabila. Here on the ground, of course, the focus remains Uttar Pradesh, 80 constituencies. And at about 3 p.m., what's the situation looking like? I have a good news and a bad news. The good news is that Amethi, Rai Bareli, the two key constituencies that are going to and facing elections today with some star candidates as well, has touched about 40% of voter turnout. And this is before 3 p.m. So I'm expecting that the turnout will likely increase. 40% looks like a good turnout for now. I have also seen a lot of people turning out consistently here at different polling booths that we've been to. The bad news is the temperature is also above 40. And that is making it extremely difficult for us to be able to continue with the telecast and perhaps for the viewer to know the effort that goes into ensuring that you get the ground update in this election season as well. All right, then, let's begin. With Rai Bareli, Amethi, with Uttar Pradesh comes our focus on the background, and let me tell you how 2019 has been and how 2024 has been. For Uttar Pradesh, 14 seats that went to elections in 2019, 13 went to the Bharatiya Janata Party, including, of course, the most significant, that was at that point Amethi, the shocking defeat for the Congress Party and for Rahul Gandhi, and, of course, what a victory for Smriti Irani. But this time, the Congress Party, with the alliance of the Samajwadi Party and the support, will want to retain at least its stronghold, Rai Bareli, from where I am reporting from, and try and gauge and get at least some of those other constituencies as well. Previously, Samajwadi Party and BSP got none. Could BSP, making it a triangular contest this time, manage some seats? Let me take you through the key candidates as well. On top, of course, remains Rahul Gandhi. Previously, in 2019, he was the Lok Sabha candidate for Amethi. This time, he's representing what a historic bastion of the Gandhi family, and that from 1952 to 2024, as elections are held today, held by his mother, by his grandmother, by the grandfather, and therefore, and even extended family members, barring 3 tenures only. Rahul Gandhi has chosen this as the second seat. Let me take you through the next candidate. Adjacent to Rai Bareli has been Amethi, which was once known as a one-word term for the Congress Party. Now, of course, 2 separate constituencies. Smriti Irani representing BJP against Kishori Lal Sharma. And I must add here, don't take either Kishori Lal Sharma or Dinesh Pratap Singh lightly. Kishori Lal Sharma of Congress and Dinesh Pratap Singh of BJP may not be as mass leaders as Rahul Gandhi or Smriti Irani, but both of them from different parties have had groundwork experience, have been able to work on the ground as managers. For example, for Kishori Lal Sharma, Dinesh Pratap Singh even has governance experience. He's been Minister Independent Charge. He served with the state government, so therefore he has enough experience, plus the manager on the ground. Tanuj Punya, representing the Congress from Barabanki, is the son of PL Punya, so comes with political experience and expertise. And interestingly, Karan Bhushan Singh. Remember Kaisarganj, represented by Brij Bhushan Singh for the longest time. But because of weather controversies or some thinking by the BJP leadership, it went not to Brij Bhushan Charan Singh, but to his son, Karan Bhushan.